Hello, welcome to another video of the Master League Invitationals. This time we're in round 3. I swept round 1 and 2 by 3-0. These are best out of 5s in level 50 Master League with a couple restrictions. Only 2 restricted picks. And we're now in round 3 against, let's see who my opponent is. It is Pokemonahan. And he is running a Zacian Mewtwo core. I know that a lot of people really hate Zacian, but I like Zacian as an opponent because I know that it doesn't win a lot of one-on-one matchups. So I think my matchup here looks pretty decent. My opponent does not really have a hard Groudon answer. Landorus is his best, but even that dies in like 3 fire punches. Zekrom is bait dependent. And he also doesn't really have a hard Metagross answer, right? Landorus is also his best there. And his Zekrom is also workable. But I do have Primarina to pressure that, and I have my Yveltal to pressure his Mewtwo. Now, the beautiful thing about my team is that Yveltal pressures Mewtwo so much that it's very scary to run Shadow Ball for my Mewtwo and my Metagross, right? Because if you run Shadow Ball your Mewtwo and you get locked on my Yveltal, oh, you're in danger. You're in danger. If you run something else, you lose to my Mewtwo. So I think I have a very clear team advantage here. We're going to see how these battles go in round 3 against Pokemonahan. Let's see. We got Zekrom into Mewtwo. This is kind of the lead that I expected. But I also know that if he has Landorus in the back, it also has a lot of play against me. So I am expecting that. And that will be a bit tricky. My opponent goes for Side Strike straight away. So I'm pretty sure he doesn't have Ice Beam then. Probably Shadow Ball as well. Let's see. He tries to catch my Crunch on the Primarina, but I didn't throw just yet. I was counting to his Side Strike, and I anticipate by throwing the Wild Charge, which honestly I should not have even thrown. If he lets that go and comes in with his own Mewtwo, I would have been in trouble, kinda. But luckily he does shield it, and I can farm up a little bit to about 10 charms before he gets to a Moonblast, which will kind of chunk. Maybe I should have let it go, though. But otherwise he can farm me down with a Landorus, so kinda did not want that either. Now he has to come into his Mewtwo. Or maybe he doesn't even. Maybe he doesn't even. Yeah, he doesn't come in Mewtwo. So this thing probably it has either Superpower, Stone Edge, or Earthquake, and it might need Earthquake for my Metagross and my Groudon. I think that's what he's running, and he eats that Meteor Mash. Landorus is very fragile, and does not appreciate the Meteor Mash. It's almost dead actually. Let's see what he throws here. It's an Earthquake. He refuses first move. I think a Stone Edge would have taken me out as well there, but maybe barely not. I bring in my own Mewtwo here. I don't want to review my second move yet. I don't need to. I'm a shield up. I also see I lose CMP to him because he has the best buddy equipped. And I don't think I think I have it on my Zekrom. So yeah, I know I lose CMPs here. So I'm not going to do that. Maybe I should have put it on Mewtwo though. But that's okay. I was going to straight Side Strike, then I can Dragon Breath or Suck Cut down. We should be very good here. So that should be round 1 for me. The Landorus has basically no energy. Might get to a superpower, but even then I can Psycho Cut them down or something. So that's 1-0 for me against Pokemonahan. That's round 1. Let's see how he adapts. He brought Primarina in the first round. Also Landorus and Mewtwo, kind of as expected. Those are very strong for him, especially as Landorus. I kind of want to bring my Yveltal because Yveltal can trap that Mewtwo so well, and I'm very sure at this point that he's not running Ice Beam. So what else could he run on his Mewtwo, right? It's probably the Shadow Ball. So let's see. Let's scroll a bit up ahead. Yeah, I locked in here. Let's see. We got my Mewtwo into his Zekrom. I lose this matchup in all even shields, but I don't hate it because I can farm up here with my Metagross or Groudon. The problem, however, is that I know that there's gonna be Landorus in the back, and at this point it's kind of late to swap. So I'm gonna maybe try to catch, maybe shield one. He's farming up very nicely here, just right before my Side Strike. Does let one through though. Let's see. I shield the Crunch correctly there. And I'm gonna throw another one. Let's see what he does. I should not win this in 2 shields, I believe. You got another Side Strike comes in. He does shield at this time, and I go and Groudon to bait out the Landorus. There it is. There it is. This is good for me. But if he has Mewtwo, it's iffy. If he has Primarina, I'm in a very good spot here. But I'm definitely expecting Mewtwo. Maybe oh boy, if I brought a Yveltal. But that's fine. You see how much the Fire Punch already does. Landorus is very attack weighted. Maybe I should have shielded this, to be honest. But then my Metagross is very prone to a Shadow Ball. And he has a Crunch loaded too. I'm going to go for a double Fire Punch here. I kind of don't want to KO him. But if I don't, he will come out with an Earthquake. So that's also not optimal. I'm going to go for another Fire Punch here. And look at that. 3 Fire Punches. And I win. I win zeros. Crazy. But he lets it go and gets that Psycho Cut, which is kind of a bummer for me. I myself am in Psycho Side Strike range. He has a Crunch loaded. So I'm a little bit in a pickle here. Throws his Shadow Ball immediately. That's interesting. Not sure that matters that much. But I would have loved to catch it, honestly. I think I need to catch. The Crunch from Zekrom wouldn't KO. I'm not sure if Zekrom would even get to another one. I need to avoid getting hit by that Shadow Ball. And I'm going to try to catch here. But I did not catch it. My opponent may have waited. Or just counted my moves and farmed up. Now he has the Shadow Ball stored. My only Wincon is farming this down and barely surviving the Shadow Ball. A Shadow Ball does about 80%, I believe, on Metagross. So I might barely survive this. Let's see. If I survive this, I think I win. Crap. That KO'd me. Very good game. That's 1-1. This is a best out of 5, so whoever gets the 3 wins first wins here. Let's see how if I can adapt. I'm gonna go with Metagross, Zekrom, and Yveltal this time. Really hoping to trap that Mewtwo into my Yveltal. Yveltal doesn't really have that many horrible matchups, and especially considering how good my Metagross is, my opponent might not even want to bring Primarina anymore. Especially because I cost him in game 1, right? Like, Primarina gets eaten by Metagross. You don't want your Primarina locked into that, and how high is the chance that I bring it again? Here it comes, Metagross into Zekrom again. This is it's not terrible at all, but I don't want to be in here. I don't want this matchup, so I'm going to go in my Zekrom. He swaps into Mewtwo, a little bit of Dragon Breath chip. I do survive this, but I think if I no shield, he might be able to Psycho Cut me down, which would be very scary, kinda, but also maybe not. This matchup is actually not going really like I wanted to. I was hoping to bait out the the Landorus, but I don't. I get a shield here, that's great. And he throws immediately again. I'm gonna let this one go and probably look for the farm down with the Yveltal. It doesn't kill me. Do I get to another one? I do get to another one, but I throw this because I want the shield. I didn't want to throw this at all. I should have no-bubbled here, because then I can farm this all the way down with Yveltal if he no-shields, which he does in this case. And now there's a Landorus with a slight energy advantage. I think my Metagross is a little bit better here, though. And I get 1 turn lag there, which cost me this swap. Very frustrating. I would have caught this Earthquake on my Yveltal. Would have been beautiful and probably very necessary. So I'm going to go for the Meteor Mash right here. Very careful of him trying to catch it, because I want to Earthquake Zekrom and not throw Meteor Mash into it. He does shield the move. I'm going to try to catch again, but again he doesn't throw. And now goes into Zekrom. Doesn't even reveal whether he has Stone Edge or not. As you can see, I have Hurricane as well, just in case I get trapped against the Zacian or Primarina, right? Because maybe my opponent might bring Fairies. Yveltal was pretty risky to bring, honestly, against Primarina and Zacian. Zacian is probably more manageable, but still not great. And this is over because the Landorus has an Earthquake stored, and my Metagross does not win CMP against that. So, unfortunate. Very well played. I'm behind now. I'm 1-2 behind. That's not great for me. So what I've noticed now is that he's just triple countering my my Metagross every time, because it's so good against him that he's just gonna bring those 3 mons, right? The Mewtwo with Shadow Ball, the Zekrom that just gets to the Wild Charge or Crunch quicker before I get to Earthquake. And there it is again, the Mewtwo. And there's also the Landorus with Earthquake, of course. And I think he gotta have Stone Edge, otherwise he's pretty weak to Yveltal. But let's see. Throws Side Strike immediately again, plays it out the same way as in game 1 maybe. But I don't think there's Primarina in the back this time. I did bring my Primarina this time, hoping to catch a Zekrom with it. It does fine against the Landorus too. However, I think I lose the 1 shields and the 0 shields. I get the defense drop, that's really nice. So now I'm just gonna go in my own Mewtwo, get a little bit of extra energy. Let's see what he does. And I waited half a second to see if he would try to catch it on something. And he did. He did try to catch it on the Zekrom there. So, naturally, I swapped my Primarina in it immediately. I'll lock in this Zekrom, and that should do it. But this is not over yet, because if he farms me down, he steals the Mewtwo with a move, right? He has a Side Strike. It won't take me out yet, but it will take my Primarina very low, that it won't do much anymore against his Landers. I don't think I kill him in 3 charms either. That's what I need to prevent him from getting to another move. So I'm just going to let it go. Throw the Moonblast here. That will take him out. Maybe if I throw a Psychic, I could even farm him down with my own Mewtwo. But that would be a pretty risky play, I think. And now my Mewtwo is already pretty loaded here. So now I can go straight Side Strike. This will do so much damage. Oh boy, if he runs Superpower Earthquake, he might be able to take this. But again, if he superpowers, he Earthquakes. If he superpowers, his Earthquake might not take me out, because then he debuffs himself. He could also run Stone Edge Earthquake, of course, which is just slightly cheaper. But I take game 4. It's 2-2 now. I got a very tough opponent here. So yeah, let's see how this last one is gonna go. I don't think I'll bring the Metagross again, because he just keeps hard countering it. It makes it very difficult for me to bring, and it's a very good strat by him. I guess after game 1 he realized how good that Zekrom is for him. And I faced the Zekrom here again. It can basically beat almost all my mons in the 2 shields, right? Groudon is bait dependent, Metagross is bait dependent. Primarina is the one thing that does beat it with shields up, doesn't beat it with in the 0 shields. But yeah, that's one Pokemon, right? There's only one Pokemon. So yeah, Zekrom is very good for my opponent, and he realizes that. I get the defense drop, unfortunately. That's okay. I'm just planning on playing this out, farm down with the Groudon, and hopefully nuke some things. If he has Landorus, I'm expecting him to bring that into my Groudon, because Fire Punches don't do as much as an Earthquake on Mewtwo. And then his Mewtwo will be trapped against my Yveltal. So here it is. There it is. Pepe Live! There's the Mewtwo trapped against my Yveltal. He has Shadow Ball, Side Strike, so he's got nothing on this. Absolutely nothing. I will come out with a lot of energy here. The unfortunate thing is I'll probably have to throw some of my energy into that Zekrom later, because he kept it way too alive to snarl it down. And if I go shields down, I get hit by an Earthquake, so I don't want that either. Let's see. Throwing a Dark Pulse, slightly undercharging it to get one more Snarl in. Can I get one? Yep, there we go. He has a little bit of energy on that Zekrom. Not too much, actually. I could have done more, maybe. But just in case it's something else than Landorus, I highly doubt it. But I just want to keep enough energy that I can overfarm a little bit and throw the Dark Pulse here. He will probably shield this, because the Dark Pulse or the Hurricane will do way more than any of those Fire Punches from Groudon. I'm going to try to catch again here. But no catch. Very unfortunate. And now in comes the Earthquake. That does so much, but I should be in a good spot here. If I get some Fire Punches off, I'm one Snarl of another Dark Pulse, and he cannot stack 2 or 3 moves, right? He can't stack 2 superpowers, I guess, but then he has to show it here, and he has to debuff himself twice, right? One to take out the Groudon, one to throw my shield, and then the third one to take me out. I don't think a third superpower would take me out anymore. Let's see what he throws here. And he had Stone Edge all along. Stone Edge Earthquake. And that's game over. I finally got him. Finally caught a Mewtwo with Yveltal. And it's the... You're so happy when it happens, right? You're so happy when you catch a Mewtwo with your Dark Pokemon. Unfortunately, Yveltal is restricted next season, so probably not going to be using it as much. And everyone and their mom probably will use Mewtwo. But that is what it is. This was a very good round, very good battles against Pokemonahan. So yeah, we're on to round 4, which is the semi-finals. Hope you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one.